back to Church News right here at Your Comments Matters. I'm your host, Minister Love, and this is season 26, episode 27. So we want to thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to the video we have for you today. And in this church news, and I'm sure many of you have seen this, and as I said before, the church news that we bring here for you, it could be church news in the past, but it's still relevant for today. Take a look at this church news coming from the video from ABC News, where the title is President Trump deletes posts depicting him as Jesus Christ. Many of you have seen that, and let's get to the video shortly here. But before we do, when this video aired, they got over 104,000 views. Now, you know us right here at Church News. We got some of your comments from those views, and you don't want to miss any of that of the show today. But first, let's get to the video, shall we? And this is going to be bringing back memory for many of us because we have seen this, but let's take a look.
This morning, many of the president's supporters furious, calling this picture that Trump posted appearing to depict himself as Jesus blasphemy. Trump took the picture down, but is defending the post, claiming he thought it showed him as a doctor.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor.
The president insisting.
It's supposed to be me as a doctor, making people better. And I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
But the vice president saying something different.
I think the president was posting a joke, and of course he took it down because he recognized that a lot of people weren't understanding his humor.
It comes as the president is bashing the Pope.
He was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result.
The first American pope has been outspoken against the war in Iran, calling Trump's threat to wipe out a whole civilization truly unacceptable.
Attacks on civilian infrastructure is against international law, but that it is also a sign of the hatred, the division, the destruction the human being is capable of.
Trump firing back, calling the Pope weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy, adding, "I don't want a Pope who criticizes the President of the United States because I'm doing exactly what I was elected in a landslide to do." But the Pope says he's not afraid of Trump.
I have no fear of neither the Trump administration nor speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel. And that's what I believe.
He's standing by his comments.
I am called to do what the church is called to do. We're not politicians. We're not looking to make foreign policy, as he calls it, with the same perspective that he might understand it. But I do believe that the message of the gospel, blessed are the peacemakers, is a message that the world needs to hear today.
Trump now facing widespread backlash. American Catholic leaders condemning his comments. Bishop Robert Barron, who sits on the president's own Religious Liberty Commission, calling them entirely inappropriate and disrespectful. And he says Trump should apologize.
But President Trump is not apologizing to the Pope or for posting that picture. Now, all of this comes as Pope Leo is now on the second day of his 11-day trip through Africa. Today, he's in Algeria, the first Pope to ever visit the Muslim-majority country. George.
All right, then, everyone, you heard it right there. You saw it out of his own mouth. He said, yeah, I posted it. So you can see that this image that was posted, that Trump posted of himself as Jesus, his supporters were furious. And, Trump said, well, I was a doctor. They didn't buy that. And then your vice president would come behind you and say, oh, he was just joking. Joking? You don't joke about yourself being Jesus Christ. That ain't nothing to joke about. And so I guess apparently the Catholic Pope didn't like it. He didn't take that as a joke. He took it seriously. Well, all right then, everyone. Again, you saw the video, and I know you got to be ready for the comments on this one. You might agree with some, or you might not. But let's get into the comments, shall we? Take a look at our very first comment. This is coming from Bob M. 2410 says, I love the bishop's comment. Trump should apologize. Yeah. And next thing you know, the Titanic will rise from the depths and continues its trip to the New York City. Oh, Bob, now you know your comment matter. You got 65 thumbs up on that comment and 11 replies. Take a look at another commenter coming from Gary Lawrence, 7547 says, good Lord, the man is completely off his rocker. Is he talking about the Pope, y'all, or is he talking about Trump? I wonder which one you talking about, Gary. But anyway, Gary, you got 3 thumbs up on that comment. Take a look at another commenter coming from Tron Kaporia. Says, people defending the president want you to believe the president is that dumb, that he thought it was depicting him as a doctor. Do you think he's that dumb? Now, you know your comment matter. You know your comment matter. I'm going to do right here. I'm going to plead the fifth. Ain't going to say nothing, y'all. But you got 8 thumbs up on that comment. He said, do you think he's that dumb? My goodness. Take a look at Cynthia Hawkins' comment. She says, you see how 47 always tries to shift the blame for what was posted? Anything that elicits a backlash or controversy, he backpedals and says, oh, one of my staff wrote that. I didn't actually see it. Someone else selected it. And then it got posted. Then he went on to take pot shots at the content. In what realm, what alternative universe does any of this executive spite work create value and move us toward unity and peaceful resolutions? Help me to understand. Cynthia, you know your comment matter because we all trying to understand, right? Cynthia, you got 8 thumbs up on that comment and 1 reply. We got time for another commenter, all right? Let's take a look at Pinga Malinga says, a doctor? Bah, wah, ha, ha, ha. Lunatic doesn't know the difference between a doctor and Jesus. Ooh, well, Pinga Malinga, you got 63 thumbs up on that comment. Why? Because your comment matter. Now that's going to do it for the comments on this show for today, everyone. And make your comments known below as well. Do you agree with any of these commenters that we had here on this show? Well, with that being said, I want to remind everyone, remember to go over to the YouTube channel called The Bible Talk Show. Sister Sandra and I are doing a great series talking about the what ifs in life. Take a look at the scripture, John 11, verse 40. Jesus said to her, did I not say to you that if you would believe, you would see the glory of God? So there is the what if in that woman's life, isn't it? Jesus gave her her own if. And all she had to do was make the decision to what? Believe. All right, everyone. That's going to do it. Remember, go to the Bible Talk Show and become a subscriber. All right. That's going to do it for the church news right here at Your Comments Matter. I'm Minister Love. I see you on the next video. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing.